Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Can we talk with Monique? Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe. Okay, so you know my channel, I talk a lot about narcissism, narcissistic abuse, and domestic violence. And I'm going to continue to speak about those things on the channel because it's so important. And people don't understand that people, when you're in relationships with people who may be narcissists, it is considered abuse, emotional abuse, and sometimes it's other type of abuse. But one of the things I did over this past week, I do listen to another YouTuber who is a therapist. I think she's in Washington State. It's Dr. Carmen Bryant, and one of her subscribers mentioned a series called Dirty John. Now, I really don't watch TV, but I did go and download it on Netflix, and I watched it. And oh my God, and I'm probably old and late, and you guys probably know about this, but anybody who is in the healing process or any woman who's been involved with a narcissist or even a psychopath, for me, depending on where you are in the process, it is a great series to watch. And right now, after I did that, I'm listening to the podcast, and it is excellent. It gives you a view of an individual. The actual series is called Dirty John, and I think you can get it. It's a Bravo series. You can download it on Netflix. I think you can get it on Hulu as well. Oh my God, eye opening. This man was a narcissist, and he was a sociopath, psychopath. I think he was all of that, all in one. His name was John Meehan, and it covers this manipulative individual, and it goes into some of his childhood, how he became who he was, and the hell that he wreaked havoc on people's lives. This is a must watch for anybody who has been in a relationship with a narcissist, I really think. It gives you the perspective from his view, and then from the person who was the victim, and then the other people looking on the outside, family members, friends. And then the icing on the cake for me was to listen to the podcast, because in the podcast it goes into more depth of listening to phone messages he left for people, letters he wrote. Oh my God, it shows you how manipulative these people are. And it shows you why no contact is so important. But before you even get to that no contact, why boundaries are so important, guys. Boundaries are so important to avoid getting into these situations. And this was a horrible situation, and I don't want to spoil anything, but please watch the docu-series. It's 7 episodes, 7 or 8. You'll binge watch it quickly, and then start listening to the podcast. And you will be reminded, if you have been in a relationship with a narcissist, hopefully it won't trigger you, and it may for some, but you will hear some of the projection, the gaslighting, the lies, the pathological lies, the imaginary thinking, the childhood like, tendencies that this person has because they're not fully developed. Oh my God, it was eye-opening for me. Like giving you a play-by-play, but looking at it from the outside. And sometimes I was like, oh my gosh, right, yeah, some things that I recall. So I really think this is a good series to watch, but it does highlight the importance of why it's so important to love ourselves, to have boundaries, and have a set of boundaries that if the person crosses them, it's a no game. It's a game, changer, meaning we can't go forward. Plain and simple. I think all of us should have those boundaries. This book right here, Boundaries, I don't know if you can see it. It is by Dr. Henry Cloud and Dr. John Townsend. This is a book that was recommended for me, And it was a book that really helped me in my, journey in relationships. And it's from a Christian perspective, but even if you're not a Christian, or even if you don't believe in the Most High, God, Buddha, Allah, or even if you're an atheist, this is a good book to read, because as we all know, abuse does not discriminate. It doesn't discriminate race, color, creed, sex, sexual preference, educational, or socioeconomic status, or whether you have a belief in God or not. It happens to anybody. So this is a book that I would encourage you to read, but I would also encourage you guys to watch that miniseries and then start to listen to the podcast, because it really gives you in-depth detail up to how this person was manipulative, the things that they do, and you can just see it and visualize it. And I think it's good as far as educating people as well. So I'm going to start my own podcast, okay, probably in the next couple of weeks, and it'll be 30 to 45-minute segments. A lot of people are writing books, and I think I'm going to do it the opposite way. I'm going to do my podcast and then write my book about my journey, my life, and it'll be a good listen. You can just listen to it every Friday or Sunday, and just look forward to my podcast. And I'm going to start to upload those and do a weekly series and bring people up to date on my life and my journey and where I'm at right now. But yes, please, oh my God, go and get that podcast. It's called Dirty John. And when did it come out? I'm looking at my computer now. Let me put my glasses on. Ooh, because I need these glasses. I sure do. Well, it said it came out in 2019. But anyway, based on a true crime podcast from the Los Angeles Times reporter Christopher Goffard. Dirty John tells the true story of how a romance between Deborah Newell and a charismatic John Meehan spiraled into secrets, denial, manipulation, and ultimately a fight for survival for an entire family. This was a hot mess movie, but it was good. I'm going to recommend it, especially for anybody who's been through a situation with abuse. It's serious, though. It's not a laughing matter. But it does show you how these people show up, and the red flags, girl, the red flags, and have them boundaries. Boundaries! Oh my God. Because the boundaries are your protection for you. And when we don't have boundaries, this is how the narcissists are able to come into our lives and just walk into our lives with their dirty feet and cause a ruckus, and they just try to run amok like they're just crazy messes that they are, okay? So I want you to watch that. Look out for my podcast coming every Friday. You can listen to it with your earbuds. It's going to be exciting. And then I'm putting this out into the universe, my book too, about my journey and my process and where I'm at today. So guys, I just wanted to bring that to you. Thank you so much. Please like and subscribe. And as we move forward, like I said, a lot of channels, they talk about narcissism, the abuse, domestic abuse. But I also want to talk about how do we heal? How do we move forward? What do we do to get there? The process, the clinical aspects of healing, right? Because I'm a nurse, and when you go through such abuse and turmoil, it wreaks havoc on your health. It wreaks havoc on your hair. I've been on Dr. Carmen Bryant, and I recommend liking and subscribing to that tribe. And we were having a conversation about women who've had hair breakage and their hair fall out from all the stress from dealing with some of these toxic individuals. And we were going back and forth, giving each other like little recipes on, I did this to my hair grew back and I did that. So please join her particular channel. It's called Overcoming Narcissism and abuse, and her name is Dr. Carmen Bryant. And we're all about moving forward. We're all about loving on each other and encouraging and uplifting one another, but healing and getting to know who we are, loving ourselves and protecting ourselves from these crazy dirty John individuals, because they out here running amok and they just trying their best to get to some of the good hearted loving folk like ourselves, who have undergone some of this abuse. But seriously, to take this channel in a direction to where we're talking about healing. We're going to always talk about the narcissist and aspect, and if there are new news and different things that these narcissists are doing, of course we're going to keep talking about that. But we have to also talk about momentum and trying to heal, but not forgetting what those jackrabbits, them shiitake mushrooms have tried to do to us, and as Trey calls it on his channel, them ninjas, those narcissistic ninjas, okay? So like and subscribe and look out for my podcast. It's going to be juicy. It's going to be real. It is going to be the truth of what my story is. And hopefully, it'll be enlightening, because I'm going to bring it back to where we are today with my healing process and how I even got here on YouTube. So anyway, I will talk to you guys later, and let me know if you subscribe to Get That Podcast, Dirty John, or if you watch the series. Put comments down below so we can chat and talk about, did you like it? Did you learn? Was it, scary? Was it enlightening? Did it remind you of things that happened with you? Let's talk about it down below, all right? So everyone have a great day. Look out for my podcast. Like and subscribe. And as I always say, you got one life. Own your life. Peace.